Welcome back to Shed and Blues. Thank you for clicking on this video. This is my reaction to what was a very drab, poor performance throughout. Hakim Ziyech turning up again to save us. He's done it a couple of times in the Premier League recently and stepping up out of nowhere. He's been the one who's been stepping up, answering the call to save us. And rightfully so. Good finish from him from a deep cross from Marcus Alonso. But a good finish in the 89th minute. Saved our bacon from what was a very poor display. I mean, defensively we were okay. I can only remember a couple of times where I felt that Palace maybe should have done something. They're definitely not the same side without Conor Gallagher in it. They? You can see how good of a player he is for them. Could be for us next season maybe, but he wasn't in the team today. Definitely missed him. But they still had some decent players. Zaha caused us a few problems, came close a couple of times. Mendy wasn't really troubled. Can't really remember him having to make any big saves. We had a few chances ourselves. Rudiger had a wild one from outside the box, bit wind assisted by the storm at the moment. It's taking everything at the moment, and it took the ball and nearly flew into the top corner, but a good save from Guaita. He made a couple of decent saves. Pulisic had a chance where he really should have scored. We had a goal disallowed for offside in the second half, which rightfully so. Lukaku was a bit offside, got to admit that, and rightfully disallowed. But at the end of the day, we managed to get the win, which is the most important thing at the moment, is just winning the games and just trying to close the gap between City after they lost, which was a surprise against Tottenham. So we can close the gap a little bit on them. I can't see us catching them, but closing the gap is just all we can do, really. But it was a poor performance. First half was just dreadful. Put you to sleep football, really. I mean, you don't need night nurse. You can just watch Chelsea at the moment trying to go forward. We just haven't got a clue. And people can say, yeah, Lukaku. Let's blame Lukaku. And I agree. He's lazy. He doesn't make the runs that make you think that he wants to score goals, that he's willing to put the effort in, that is needed to be a top quality striker. Yeah, you can have all the techers and all the skills all you want, but you're going to have to put the work rate in, the effort. You need to get into those positions. And he doesn't do that. He's lazy in the Premier League. He's just not up for the fight. He's not willing to work hard. And we've got to admit it. It's been a waste of money. Just a bad signing. Hasn't worked out. And I'm definitely in the crowd where we should just cut our losses now and let him go in the summer. But who's going to want him? And we ain't going to recoup all the money we spent on him. So today was awful. 7 touches. 7 touches. No shots, no creativity, nothing from him. Absolutely nothing. You can blame the delivery into the box. Yeah, not the best at times, but he's not in the positions to get the ball to him. Most of the time he's hiding behind a defender. Being marked out the game on purpose, it seems like at times. Not running, not willing to get into the box, get into the areas that you need to be in to get the ball. There were a few times where he may have been in the position. Okay, yeah, we're playing Malang Sarr at left back and he can't cross a ball to save his life or pass it. He made one decent pass the whole game to N'Golo Kante, who should have scored. Good save from Guaita, put it straight at him. But Lukaku, I'm done. You don't want to work for the team. I mean, we've had strikers that just haven't worked out, but at least they put the effort in. Timo Werner most recently, Fernando Torres even before that. He may not have worked for us, but at least he tried. Same with Alvaro Morata. Same with Mattia Kesman. At least they tried. They weren't good enough, but they tried. He's just not good enough. He just doesn't want to work. The effort's not there. The work rate's not there. Yes, the quality of deliveries of balls into the box haven't been the best for him. Like, there were times where he was screaming for it at certain points, but we just didn't want to put it in there for him. In my opinion, that's also a problem. The attacking players around him aren't good enough either. I mean, Hakim Ziyech, yeah, he turns up and scores a goal, but for the rest of the game, what did he do? Kai Havertz, what did he do? Christian Pulisic, what did he do? Apart from miss an absolute sitter in the first half, Pulisic. In the first half, he was playing more of a cam than where he should be playing his best position. I know he's been played out of position for most of the season, but and this is what's annoyed me. A lot of our players have been. And today, there were a lot of players played out of position, square pegs in round holes, and it didn't work. That was a major problem. Playing Malang Sarr as a left back, he's not good enough. He don't want to cross a ball into the box. He can't. He's a centre back, and a half decent one at that. You got Christensen playing at right back, and I don't want to hear injuries. I don't want to hear any of that anymore, because we were told in January we're happy with the squad we've got. So this is down to Thomas Tuchel, and he's got to take part of the blame for that performance in the first half. Hakim Ziyech saving us in the end. Yeah, we've got the win. That's good enough. But this team wasn't good enough today. We were poor. All over the park. Poor. We were lucky to get away with what we got today. If Palace were any better, we would have lost that game. It's that simple. Mendy keeps a clean sheet. I mean, Silva and Rudiger centre-back, solid. Probably our only thing I'm not worried about at the moment is our defence, but we've just got to sign their contracts. Get Rudiger signed at least. Christensen, I'm done with. Today it wasn't his fault. Playing at right back, he is not a right back. But we've got all our right backs are injured at the moment. We've got no replacements, but we didn't need any cover. Didn't bring anyone in January, so I blame Tuchel, I blame Marina, I blame whoever else is involved in that. Didn't bring in the cover in January, didn't bring him in the summer. We signed Lukaku, wasted the money there instead of investing in a squad and replenishing this squad and revitalising this squad. We went with the old guard and the old crap that we have had before, and it's just not working. Hasn't worked. Yeah, I'm happy we've won stuff, but this squad isn't good enough. We've got a League Cup final coming up, and I don't even know if half our team is fit enough. We haven't got a first team. This season has been done by injuries. That's been a problem, a massive problem. This squad hasn't been good enough to cope with those injuries to very key players. I mean, he still wants to play 3 at the back. Played 4, I think, today. But we haven't got the quality in the wing-back or full-back areas to do anything. I mean, Marcos Alonso came on in the second half, was better than Sarr. At least he managed to cross a ball in once. But he isn't good enough. He shouldn't be at the club. There are so many players that are just not good enough. In the midfield, we did okay. N'Golo Kante should have scored. He did give the ball away quite a lot. And again, I'm getting to the point with N'Golo Kante where should we cash in the summer? Should we look for a different kind of player that can get forward, that can score goals, that can contribute in the attacks in from midfield? Because we haven't really got that. We haven't got a player who can pick a pass forward. We've got Kovacic who can run with the ball and maybe lose it. We've got Jorginho who can pass forward, sideways, and backwards and score a couple of penalties. We've got Kante who can win the ball anywhere, but he's getting to a certain age where his legs aren't carrying him as much as they used to. We need to reinvest in the midfield, definitely. Maybe cash in on a couple of them. Maybe Jorginho and Kante, we could get quite a bit of money for them and then reinvest in some younger players. Maybe that's an area we need to work on and strengthen. Our attack definitely needs a lot of work. I mean, for me, the majority of them aren't good enough. Timo Werner, not good enough. Kai Havertz, no, I don't know. I want to give him more time, but hasn't proven it enough for me yet. I'd give him a little bit more time, probably. Pulisic, not good enough now. Different player from what he was. Callum Hudson-Odoi not doing it on a regular basis. Hakim Ziyech, probably been our most informed player at the moment, but over the season hasn't done it enough. Lukaku just not good enough. Mason Mount works his socks off, but again, inconsistent with his output. There's a lot of work that needs going on with our squad. We need a lot of better quality if we want to at least mount a challenge next season for the league. This season hasn't been good enough. Our squad isn't good enough, and Roma needs to back Tuchel in the summer. And then we go from there. Overall, this game, just not good enough. At least we got the win. That's all we can be happy about. We got out of there with a win. And we move on. And we look forward to Champions League and then League Cup games, the League Cup final. See how far we can go in the Champions League with this squad that we've got. We're on the bones of our arse at the moment with our fit. We're so bare. We really need players like Reece James. When is he back? Supposedly a couple more weeks until he's fully fit and match fit. We should have brought a left back. That's what we all know. Marcos Alonso is just not good enough, and Malang Sarr just is basic at best. It's going to be tough to win anything else this season, in my opinion. If we do it, it'll be a miracle. With the squad we've got, with the players we've got, with Lukaku up front, who doesn't want to touch the ball anymore. It was just an abysmal performance from him. Let's go through the player ratings quickly and then we are done. It's only a short one because this game wasn't really much to talk. There wasn't really much to talk about. So we've got Mendy in goal. Didn't have much to do really. Made himself big for the chances where Saha was putting them wide. Other than that, didn't do anything wrong. I give him a 7. Christensen is not a right back. Got absolutely roasted in the first half. I'd give him a 5. But it wasn't his. It's not his position, so I'll allow him for that. Rudiger was solid as always, reliable as always. Give him a 7. Unlucky not to score. Thiago Silva again, reliable, solid, just as Rudiger is. Give him a 7. Malang Sarr, dreadful. Just dreadful, and I'm sorry he's not good enough. Give him a 4. Jorginho did okay. It just doesn't offer anything going forward. Nothing. Give him a 6. Kante wins the ball back for you. Other than that, should have scored. Poor distribution. Give him a 5. Hakim Ziyech scored the goal. Probably our best player, most informed player. Give him a 7. Christian Pulisic. I just don't understand why we don't play him in his best position and at least give him a try there, because everywhere else on the pitch he's just not good enough. We've tried him as a right wing back, a right winger, a centre forward, a centre attacking midfielder. His best position and the only position he's really any effective in is the left wing, and let's just put him back there, please. Today he wasn't good enough at all. I'll give him a 4. Kai Havertz, not his best game. Didn't affect the game enough. Didn't contribute enough. Link-up play with Lukaku was non-existent, but it's not all his fault. Lukaku just didn't want to be there today. He might as well not have been on the pitch. We might as well have played with 10 men. We pretty much did, considering his contribution in the game. But Kai Havertz gets a 5, and Lukaku 7 touches, the fewest in history since they have been starting to record these things in games since 2003, I think 2002, 2003. That's like 20 years. 20 years. No one has had fewer touches in a game. That is a droppable offence. This performance is a sellable offence, sackable offence. In my opinion, he's turned up for work and he hasn't put a shift in. It's like when you go to work and you see the geezers just sitting and doing absolutely nothing all day. That is Romelu Lukaku. How dare you? After the interview you put out there, and you said, and then you apologise and say you'll put in your work for Chelsea, you'll prove that you want to play for us. You haven't so far. You've had a couple of games where you've scored a couple of goals, but your performances, mate, have been absolutely diabolical. Horrendous. Laughable. Embarrassing. How dare you? I don't want to see you at Chelsea anymore. Not good enough. And Tuchel still picks him, still backs him. Maybe he's been told to. Well, maybe he's they're paying 100 million. They've paid 100 million for him. God knows how much he is on wages. I don't know. I'm sure it's a fair amount. So they've got to get some value for money, I suppose, and actually play the geezer. But he is just not good enough. Not good enough for this league. He's lazy. That is the main thing. He is lazy. No effort whatsoever in this game. He should not be playing in the League Cup final. He should not be playing in the Champions League. Maybe that's sort of his level. They're playing against Lille in the Champions League. Maybe play him there and he might do something, but not against Liverpool. He doesn't deserve to be playing in a cup final. I'd take anyone else playing up front than him at the moment. Play Marcus Alonso up front. Timo Werner, Kai Havertz. I don't mind. Either one of those two. Not fussed. At least they'll put a shift in. They'll work. They'll try. He is lazy as. And I can't take it anymore. What a waste of money he has been. Just laughable. Banter. Just a joke. Whatever you want to say. We've just got to take it on the chin as Chelsea fans from rival fans that, yeah, this one has just not worked. It's not the only striker it's happened with us. We've just got a curse on strikers, it seems, at sometimes. I can count on one hand, 2 fingers, the amount of strikers that have actually worked, that actually done well at this club since Roman came in. And we know who they are, Costa and Drogba. The rest of them have just not been good enough. And that's a fact. Shevchenko, Muratov, Torres, Kezman. The list is endless of strikers that have just not worked. And whack Lukaku on that list right at the top. What a waste of money he was. Anyway, Romelu Lukaku's rating for today. Can't give him any more than a 0. 7 touches on a ball. 7! You lazy. 0 shots, 0 chances, 0 assists, 0 passes made, 0 anything. He did nothing. The only thing he contributed was to being offside. What a waste of money. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think down below. Smash the likes button, share this. Please subscribe. Thank you for those of you that have. Much appreciated. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Follow us on there. You'll get a follow back if you're a Chelsea fan. And I'm out of here. Carefree, everyone. Stay safe. And I'll see you after the Lille game. Go on, Chelsea.